Hi, Phyllis here from southernfrugal.com. I wanted to show y'all what the den looks like now. We have pretty well finished everything that we're going to do in this room. So we've got the recliner in here, and I've got some curtains up, and I've got a little story about the curtains I'll tell you in a minute. Alright, here goes. Forgive my jiggling. Alright, there's what it looks like, and there's the recliner that I recovered. This one has not been recovered. This is my recliner. This is Mr. Bucky's. Now we changed the rug out in here for this one was upstairs in one of the bedrooms, so we've changed that out. And I got the curtains, and I wanted to show you I got this plant about 3 weeks ago at Lowe's. Of course it's a real plant, and it survives on very low light, so it's in a low light place. This bookcase was Mr. Bucky's grandmother's, and it's probably early 1900s, and it was covered with a black shellac kind of stuff. I think that's what you call that. But anyway, I stripped it off, and we had beautiful oak under it. So we loved that, and it's in all sections. In other words, you can just pick this section up and take it off. The top comes off, and it's all kind of built in together there. All right. So, there's the recliner, and here, I'm sorry, when I film into the light you can't see very well. There's the Roman shades, and I got red curtains to go up because I couldn't find any tan that were the right color. So there's the recliner. I think it actually looks better than the old one did, but anyway, his was pretty dirty. So there it is in all its glory. Of course, we got the dog beds in here, and this is the chair I did showed it on some videos before. Let me see if I can get a good shot of the windows. And forgive the windows are dirty on the outside. I did clean them on the inside. There's the Roman shades. You still can't see that very well. Oh, you just can't see it very well filming into the light like that. But anyway, this is what the room looked there. That shows up. Yeah, and I went ahead with the red because we do have some of that burgundy color red in the rug in here. So I thought it went okay. I would have preferred to have had the tan curtains, but they didn't have any. Alright, I'm going to go sit down over here in this chair, and I'll tell you about the curtain thing that happened. So hold on. Okay, I moved y'all to the tripod just so we could talk a little better. Alright, so yesterday I was doing my, really it's like monthly shopping at Walmart for, you know, different big items like paper towels. Well, no, actually I get those at Dollar General, but I ended up going to 3 different stores, Walmart, Bi-Lo, and Dollar General. And so anyway, as I was going through the store, getting ready to go into the grocery department, I always kind of check with the curtains because I was really looking for some tan curtains to go in this room. And I needed 4 pair, and they didn't have to be, you know, really expensive curtains like what you would get at you know, another store, for instance. But I just was looking for something to go up in here. And so I could take those old curtains down. They were probably about 10 years old, a tan sheer curtains, what was up. So anyway, I had looked in there several times and couldn't ever find the tan ones. So I started thinking, well, wait a minute, you know, the rug's got red in it, and red and brown go pretty well together. So I was thinking maybe they've got red. So I went over to that department and look, and of course to start with didn't see anything, and then I spotted these curtains. They were down on the bottom rack, and it said $7.97 for 2 panels, and I thought, wow, I wonder what those are if they're going to be 84 inches long. So I pulled one of them out, and sure enough, they were, each panel is just 28 inches wide, but all I wanted was something to go in between the windows. You know, I didn't want something that was, you know, going to be a whole lot of curtain, just enough to sort of hang down outside the basic window, really. And of course we've got the Roman shades up. So I thought, well, I think this red would work, and this is a great price, $7.97 for 2 panels. Each one of them was 28 inches wide and 84 inches long. the material they called sailcloth. It's 100% polyester. I thought, great, I can throw them in the washer, throw them in the dryer, hang them up, perfect. And so I just couldn't get over the price because everything else was like $13 or $15 for just one panel. Even though I was willing to pay that, I thought, well, this is a great deal. And then I thought, wait a minute, I wonder if they've got four, because I've got 4 windows in here. So I, reached down there again, and sure enough, there were 4 all hanging on the little rack. And I was having trouble believing the price, so I looked at it again, and it, sure enough, $7.97. I thought, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and get these. So generally what I do when I'm shopping for stuff like that, I go ahead and put it in the cart, and then I finish my shopping, and I spend some time thinking about it. Okay, these are cheap curtains, but, they look okay, but do I really want to get them, And so if I'm walking around the store and I change my mind, then I just turn around and go put them up, whatever it is. So that's what I sort of had in mind. Well, by the time I got through all the grocery shopping, I had decided, yeah, this is going to work. The rug's got red in it. Really the tan, the color that's on the walls, when they mixed it, some red went in it. So I thought, well, that's great. This will go well together. So I decided to go ahead and get them. So I went ahead and put all my, I had the whole grocery cart full of groceries. So I went ahead and put everything up on the counter, and the little girl was ringing all of it up. And so the last thing on there were the curtains. And so I always watch, what price stuff rings up, because I want to make sure that it rings up the price they said it was, right? So anyway, I was watching, and the curtains rang up $13.97. You see that? $13.97. And she'd already rung up 2 of them because I had 4 packs of them. And I said, well, wait. I said, those curtains said $7.97. And she said, oh, no, ma'am, these are $13.97. And I said, wait a minute. The rack where I got these curtains, the little sticker said $7.97. So and I saw the people that were behind me, they went like that because they knew it was going to be a wait. So I think this is a new policy of Walmart. So the little girl that was checking me out said, well, let's go back and we'll check it. And I said, well, great. Of course, we had to walk all the way across the store. And both she and I were walking together, and so I showed her where I got the curtains. And sure enough, she said, well, it does say $7.97. And then she said, but they're in the wrong place. I said, doesn't matter if they were in the wrong place. Whoever put them up put them in the wrong place, but they were still hanging there with that price. And I can't read barcodes, and they didn't have any little sticker on them that said $7.97. So Walmart's rule is you get it for that price, because that's where it was. That's what the sticker said. It wasn't like it was on a shelf or something. It was actually hanging with a little hook on all those, they have the little hook thing and the wire thing that comes out and the price on the end of it. That's where they were. So anyway, she said, well, okay. She called the little manager that's in that section over, and she said, well, yeah, sure, the stockers the night before had put those in the wrong place. So we'll go ahead and give you this one for $7.97. And I said, what do you mean, this one? And she said, well, we can't give you but one at that price. I said, wait a minute. When I was going and looking for these, I spent a lot of time looking at them, thinking about it. I thought it was a great price. I needed 4. So I put 4 in my cart. I had them all the way up at the checkout line, everything. And I said, y'all's policy, it means if I'm just getting one, but I was getting 4, and I want them at that price. So we kind of back and forth. So then the store manager came over, and it was really kind of making me a little upset, because the checker and the little woman for that department were just automatically saying, no, you're not getting these for that price. It wasn't my mistake, it was theirs. And here's the thing. If they were $13.97, I wouldn't have looked twice at them, because they're cheap curtains, okay? I wasn't going to pay $13 for cheap curtains. I mean, I'll pay a cheap price for a cheap curtain because all I want is for them to be up for a while. I mean, it's not like these are going to be totally permanent, I don't think, in here. But I wanted something, you know, for Christmas and the holidays to be up and look nice. So anyway, we went back and forth, and I said, well, I already had decided to buy 4, but my decision was based on the price of $7.97. I'm not going to pay $13.97 for the other 3. I'm just not going to do it. So I was ready to put them back, and then the store manager said, no, you can go ahead and take all 4 of them for that price. And I just said, well, thank you very much. But here's the point I wanted to make. Excuse me. The checker was totally not on the customer's side. You know what I mean? I mean, she was ready to, just under no circumstances could I have those curtains. So my choice was going to be, fine, I don't want them then. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it didn't make the customer relationship very good, I didn't think. But then the store manager, who I'm sure has a lot more experience in dealing with customers than the other 2 ladies did, said, no, you know, you can have all 4 of them. Because, see, it wasn't like I had got one and got it at that price, and then I said, oh, well, let me go get 3 more. I had already decided to get the 4. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, they worked it out. So here's my price right there, $7.97, and I got 4 of them. And I do think they look good. They're polyester, and you know, for the overall look of the room, I think they look pretty good. So anyway, I wanted to share that with y'all. Apparently, Walmart's policy now is, if something is, the price of it is marked wrong, and the checker that's there at the register goes back with the customer to the location of the item, and they look at it and see what it is. Now, I had a similar thing happen. I think I was buying persimmons or something, and they had the wrong price on that. Of course, they were still expensive, but the girl went back and she had a little camera and took a picture showing where they were in the bin and the price was wrong. But I decided not to get them anyway. I just too much trouble, you know. But so they're definitely doing something different. So if the price is wrong, if the sticker under the item or over the item, whatever the case may be, and in this case it was on a little wire hook and they were all lined up together in that location, then they have to give them to you for the price that was stated. You know what I'm saying? Not how it rings up on the barcode, because there's no sticker on it. So when I picked the curtains up, I mean, you know, I don't know how to read the barcode, and I don't have it on my phone to read a barcode. It said $7.97. They were all lined up there together. Why would I think anything else? And my decision to buy them was based on the fact that I got 2 panels for $7.97, and knowing that in this room I was going to leave the curtains open, it didn't matter, they were skimpy panels. I just wanted something to go down beside the windows, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's the story, and so I figure, you know, I saved right much money. I wasn't real thrilled with the curtains at $13.97, but I thought it was a good deal at $7.97. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, the manager held true to their policy, and I got all 4 of them for that price. So that's just something to remember. You know, customers don't have any way usually to read the barcodes. So, you know, their decision to buy was based on the price they saw on the little sticker above or below or wherever it is to do with that item. Now, what I usually do, if I'm not sure, is I try to check the number that's under the barcode with the number that's on the sticker, but I just didn't do that with the curtains. I mean, I never thought the price was wrong. I thought it was right. So, you know, I did what anybody else would do. I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and get them. And once I made that decision to buy whatever it was, and I'm at the checkout, and the price is wrong, then Walmart's policy is they give it to us at the price that was marked that you could see. So, and that's what they did. They held true to it, but it was the checker and the little lady that handled that department that didn't want me to have but one at that price. But see, the mistake was on all four of them, not just one, and I was buying four. Have I talked y'all into it yet? Yeah, see, I mean, you know, I got a deal, sure enough, but anything else in Walmart that's like that, all they do is the checker will go back with you to wherever that location was and whatever the price was, and if they've got the sticker wrong, you get it for that price. It's that simple. So anyway, all right, well, so that was a little tour of the den and my little deal on the curtains. And anyway, this den will be probably staying like this unless I decide maybe in the springtime to find some tan curtains or make some. But right now I think the red look fine, so especially for the holidays they'll look fine. And I think red, it's really a deep red, it's more of a garnet color, looks pretty good in this room. And we're never going to have them closed, they're always going to be open like that. So when we don't want the sun to come in, we'll just put the Roman shades down. And so in the summertime, that's what you would want, because the sun really comes in this room bad. All right, so y'all, that's my little story on how I got the curtains, and I got a good deal. But I could, you know, you just, if you're watching when they ring the stuff up, because it is wrong, you know, I don't want to say a lot of times, but it's wrong sometimes. And if you're not watching that little thing that they have up above the register that shows the price it rang up, you're not going to know the difference. Maybe if you got home and checked all your numbers and prices, you know, on your receipt. Now, when I was doing coupons several years ago, I checked every price. Every time I checked them. And what I finally ended up doing, I just make myself a note, and then when I went back to the store, usually the next week or so, they would go ahead and give me credit. But yeah, they get rung up wrong a lot. Not a tremendous amount, but you'd be surprised when you start checking your receipts. And the other thing I found that happened at almost every store I shopped at that time I was shopping at, for coupons, Walgreens, CVS, Aldi, didn't do Walmart too much back then, Bilo, Piggly Wiggly, and I forget the name of the other one. It wasn't Harris Teeter. But what I found would happen more often than even the price being wrong would be that an item would get rung up twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't buy 2 half-gallons of buttermilk at one time, and I know I would never buy 2 at one time. So if I look on my receipt and wait a minute, there's 2 buttermilks, I know that it got rung up twice. And it's easy to do. I'm not saying they do it on purpose, but it did strike me years ago as rather odd that it was always in the store's favor. It was never in my favor. Yeah, I noticed that. All right, so that's my little talk. We'll see y'all next time.